Aquarius, here is your astrological game plan for 2025. I can't lie to my early Aquarians. Pluto in the first few degrees of your zodiac sign will be no picnic. The rest of my Aquarians, you still need to pay attention because Pluto will be making this aspect to your sun not too far in the future. For some of my more Plutonian types, it may not be all that bad. For most of my Aquarians, who aren't looking to drown in the emotional depths, well, prepare accordingly. Aquarius, you've reached the end of a really long cycle. And as much as this is a fulfilling time, it's also ushering in a new beginning. Last time Pluto was in Aquarius was from 1777 to 1798. For this fresh and revitalized start to take place, you have to actually take action based off of your emotions. I know, Aquarius, not your favorite thing in the world, but Pluto won't allow for compartmentalization anymore. These emotions are telling you where your self-expression is less than optimal, and what internal and external structures are standing in the way. If you won't eliminate these things, then Pluto will do it for you, although you may not like it as much if you choose the unconscious route. Ignore your astrologer and force Pluto to do the dirty work. So follow and subscribe for more astrological game plans just like this. For my Aquarians, the dirty work coming up doesn't have to be so hard. Neptune enters Aries and brings opportunities that help you out, and the growth will just keep on coming. But more on that when we get to Jupiter. So Aquarius, here's my 5 steps to crush this Neptune-Pluto setup for success in 2025. Individuality needs to be at the forefront for you, Aquarius, because acting against your own unconventional desires won't yield results. It never does. But don't worry, because Neptune opens doors to your more unconventional sense of self, and you can merge with that at this time, which accompanies Pluto nicely as it aims to eliminate the groups and friends who you were seeking approval from, along with your need for other people's approval. Then you won't be losing energy worrying about what others think about what you know is right for you, thus restoring your vitality. And you'll be able to regenerate your life in amazing ways as your individuality connects you with the right community of people for you. For my later in the season Aquarians, Uranus is finishing up in Taurus. You, like all Aquarians, for the last 7 years have been forced to take action in line with your true nature. The more unconventional you learn to be at this time, the more the results you produce will be in line with your true values. In July, Uranus enters into Gemini, which begins a time of flow and creativity. If the last 7 years was practice that built your skill sets and got you results, then these next 7 years will be a time to accelerate the work you've been doing without all the friction, and to develop a level of mastery in regards to your own unique nature. Look to leverage Neptune and Uranus together for a potent combination of creativity and opportunity. The more you line up with your ideal vision and your unique sense of self, the greater this time period will be for you, and the smoother Pluto's work will become. Not only are the potent forces of Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto aligning in such a way to make this a perfect time for personal growth, which when handled consciously and correctly should feel vitalizing. This can be favorable for you if you're willing to be responsible for your success and committed to using your head to follow your heart. With Saturn in Aries, it's a time to take on responsibility in your life, the kind that levels you up and makes you an authority heading into the future, which means it's time to do the responsible thing and comment on this video. You can become much more efficient at this time. The key here is to clearly define what your goals are so that you can act with purpose and avoid spreading yourself too thin. If you're an Aquarian and you aren't exactly where you want to be in life, you may be tempted to try to will your way to success. Not only is this a mistake, as timing is working with you, not against you, but you're coming into a time of flow. It's time to trust your guides and let them lead you to your vision. Yes, it's still your vision, but it's divine timing. Your vision, nature's timing. If all that didn't sound like the bee's knees, like the waters of Lethe at a Halloween party, then Jupiter steps in to put the crystal light in the hose water. For a good portion of 2025, for 2/3 of my Aquarians, Jupiter moves through Gemini and blesses you with the kind of flow and creative output that greases the path to your Aquarian ideals. For those of you saying, hey, what about the other third of Aquarians? Don't worry, you've already been blessed by Jupiter. So I hope you leveraged it, as well as I hope the rest of you Aquarians leverage the early parts of 2025. Aquarians, here's how I would take full advantage of Jupiter in 2025. It's a creative time, but you may be prone to excess. Don't get complacent right now. Have a plan and execute so you don't waste this twice in a 12-year period of growth. You'll want to explore deeper, not wider. Take this time to explore what you really want, not a bunch of things that you're kind of interested in. It is a social time, so be very discriminatory on who gets your energy at this time. The right connections can take you to new heights. The wrong ones can produce a bunch of the wrong things. Aquarius, if you aren't growing in 2025, you may want to see a doctor because you might be dying. The good news is, no matter how things look right now, transformation and regeneration are on the horizon, and your Aquarian future looks more ideal than it ever has before.